Okay, I'm alive. I exist. Something like that. I don't know, man. It's been a long weekend. Let's see, just for a refresher, let's just go see the trailer first, once again. I don't, like, Tushkan, I don't have the hotspot or the YouTube, what's to call it, hotspots displayed, so it's probably around here. It's probably where people most, what's to call it, most replay. Actually, can we display that even? Nope, doesn't look like it. Let me know if it's too soft or too loud.
누구도 날 소개해줄 생각이 없는 것 같으니 스스로 소개하겠네. 나는 이 회사의 수석연구원 호헨하임이네. 좀 더 정확히는 림버스 컴퍼니 전체를 아우르기도 하지.
A bit loud on my end, so I'll probably just reduce it on my side, but yeah.
빨리 끝내고 버스로 들어가면 안 되겠냐?
이쪽도 그렇게 하고 싶은 마음이 굴뚝 같네.
Trailer.
입사 일에 처음으로 하는 단체
But
검진
yeah.
부분이
No, I did see the trailer. But yeah. Funny PS1.
우선 연구팀의
Funny PS1 graphics.
이좀 받아. 오늘 내기는 내가 줘서 모두에게 퍼뜨려서 해야 하거든. 누군가를 이끈다는 건 고통스러운 일이야. 손발도 안 맞는 자들과 함께 일하는 건 그럴 수 있다고 생각하지만 원치 않을 때 모두의 앞에 떠밀려지는 건 불쾌해서 말이지. 최종 탈출이 하루 이틀은 아니지만
Hohenheim, but chain smoker? Perhaps, yes. Well, at least we know he gets a barrier and attack weight.
이상 파우스트 잠깐 전투는 맡기지. 이 환경에서 에고를 이용해 다중 전투를 한 피해 기록은 꼭 수집해야겠거든.
다들 줄 똑바로 서. 일렬로.
그런데 히스클리프 씨도 저희랑 같이 검사를 받는 거 아닌가요?
Unique charge barrier. It might be, it might be.
교수라고.
언제부터 안경을 쓰고 계셨던 거예요?
연구자의 기본 소양 중 하나라네. 특히 이렇게 안경을 지켜 세우면 조금 더 학술적이고 지적인 소양을 가진 분위기를 낼 수 있지.
불꽃으로 수놓은 이 별무리 속에 데려다 드릴 수는 없어도 끌어안아 별빛으로 만들어 드릴 수는 있답니다.
Dive bomb explosion. Nice channel, bro. Thanks for the card on Sunday. Hey, Lamau. Hello, hello. Didn't expect someone to actually go ahead and follow the link on the bloody card, but here we are.
몇 번 함께 타오르는 거야.
For some reason, you think she's a two-coiner. Oh, like the slam in and then the explosion. Could be, could be.
지금 상태를 유의미하게 비교할 수 있게 되었지. 그래, 입사 전 각자의 전투 능력치까지 측정할 수 있었다네. 곧 LCB 부서가 온다는군. 준비는 잘해뒀으리라 믿네.
네. 전투 테스트 27가지를 포함.
Ah, yes, if you want to hear the voices of the dead.
준비를 끝내뒀습니다.
미루지만 않았어도 양이 반절은 줄었을 텐데.
Let's see. Faust's first burn ego. You're forgetting about 9.2.
위험하지 않는 것은 존재하지 않지.
Or we're pretending that one doesn't exist.
알다시피 여기 있는 모노리스는 강제로 뒤틀림을 유발하는 장치지. 내 스스로가 실험체가 될 걸세. 궁금하지 않나? 자신이 어떤 뒤틀림이 되는지 한 번쯤
It doesn't
생각해 본
exist.
적이
I
있을
see.
거란가.
But yes, we get Bogak for my favorite intervallo. The only problem being, it comes out a day before I need to leave for the States. So that Hohenheim guide, when it does come out, is going to be like turbo rushed, pretty much. So I am probably going to have to start pre-writing it. Why is bro going to the States? I need to meet the girlfriend's parents. So I don't have a choice. If you date someone for almost 5 years and you still haven't met the folks, yeah, you don't have any excuse anymore. You know? Anyhow, he more or less seems to have a... He probably has a skill 1, 2, 3, then enhanced skill 3. Just going by the attack weight version. And just all the extras he gets from getting hit, I suppose. Because yeah, there's an AoE here. And it shares the exact same bloody animation as what's it called, AEDD in-game. So hang on, let me bring up both the AEDDs that already exist. So hang on a second here. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it in a nutshell. Yeah. Or at least of the situation I find myself in. Anyhow, hang on a second here. We pray for natural rupture count and at least 2 gloom skills, including guard. Boy. Can we have charge ID that's not inflict 2 rupture? Here's the thing. Let's head over to E.G.O's. Now, mind you, I haven't unlocked a single facade because taking any facade seems like it would just break the game pretty badly. Rather, there's a weirdly high number of fights that have game-breaking bugs, if you take any. Anyhow, you may be wondering, why does this man have this weird E.G.O here, up tie 4, of all bloody things? It's spark discharge. The whole reason is literally just spark discharge. Hang on, let me just shrink the screen a little so you guys can actually read along. Spark discharge. When hit, attacker gains 1 charge count. When hit with a gloom attack, you gain +1 rupture count, then reduce count by 1. This thing is stupid. It makes all gloom skills very neutral, if not being positive. Get them out to Oz instead. Not the kind of choice I've got at that point. But yes, spark discharge. Very important. The corrosion doesn't really apply more, it's just more charge, and then finally, you get some charge count. That's about it. However, you're giving people charge count at half the bloody efficiency. Gregor doesn't exactly have an amazing charge ID to use at the moment anyway, so this is long overdue. At most, I don't know, you're sadly looking at this guy. This guy is previously best in slot to hold AEDD. Previously. And that's just really sad to think about. But yeah, if we get anything that has to do with Rupture or Rupture support, this Gregor or AED Gregor will basically be one of the very best units in the game. Easily. If we don't get anything of the sort, is whatever. You just realized he's our first free status ID? Yes, Rose Spanner has Rupture, Tremor, and Charge all in one package. It is stupid. I mean, yeah, I guess. But the burn is like, the burn is nonsensical, just randomly applying 5 burn right at the end there. But nah. The funny Rose Spanner man already had it ages ago. Bloody ages ago. You got burn for silly flavor. Yeah, pretty much. But no, the only other mention we have of AEDD, this one I really should Fred spin, but aren't bothered to. Heathcliff already has other or Tef Egos that I use anyway. No, he doesn't actually. That is a lie. I do not use any other Tef Ego. I should just have that equipped. I was thinking he. Anyway. In this one's particular case, it's the Paralyze and Gloom Fragility. On top of charge and getting hit for charge, basically. Or rather, getting hits, let's say, gaining a charge, getting hits, then using a charge to then give yourself some more tankiness. By this logic, Sun Shower is Tremor unit. Oh god. If we ever get someone else with the Sun Shower would be funny, but unfortunately not. But no, this is the other approach they could take. They could just do Charge Paralyze. Though handing out Paralyze on a modern ID is a slippery slope. For many reasons. Anyhow, aside from that, we can then look into, say... Let's see. Charge Shock Centipede. There we go. We can look into the Shock Centipede itself. Maybe Hohenheim just doesn't die. Maybe that's the whole idea. Maybe they decide to make him charge bleed. Imagine that. Imagine the uproar. Not charge rupture, charge bleed. Now we have another charge ID with bleed and paralyze. If you're not wrong, the kits are in 30 minutes. The kits are anywhere between... Okay, so usually nowadays they're in the next 6 minutes. Usually. The problem is in past they have been anywhere between like an hour ago to like an hour later from now, basically. So it all depends on the CEO's mood, I guess, is the easiest way to put this. But now the hilarity of this is it could just be... It could just be charge, bleed, and paralyze. If they decide that Gregor's old AEDD does not exist. And no spark discharge for you guys to abuse. Last livestream CEO was, I mean, he was just showing off the facades, wasn't he? Basically. Wasn't that the main thing they were showing off? But let's see, there's a unique debuff, capacitor. If capacitor exists, then yes, this is going to be another debuff-centric Gregor. And well, you've seen how people treat what's it called, the Night Owl, not particularly well, so to speak. He stood up for himself mid-girly pop meltdown. Oh, you meant the 3rd anniversary? Ah, then yeah. That one, the fella went full on... What's it call it? It is his kingdom to do with what he would like, essentially. If he wants to run it as a club, he is going to run it as a club. And you know what? Fair on him. But yeah, there is absolutely the possibility that this Gregor is just a paralyzed spammer. Or that he is a paralyzed spammer, bleed charge paralyze would be a pretty strong combination, all things considered. As much as we would want rupture. In which case it changes the man's best friend into, what's it call it instead? Red eyes. Red eyes and probably... maybe the prince, if not the rhino, basically. Right, where is my bloody rhino? Oh, there's my rhino. Charge bleed. Do you enjoy charge bleed? Do you even remember that Heathcliff has a charge bleed ID too? Or that Arcliff is even... what's it call it? Wait a second. Gun. You mentioned that... what's it call it? You mentioned that Rose Spanner was one of the earliest triples. No. Arcliff is. He's got charge, bleed, and rupture. This man isn't charge bleed. This man is 8,000 fragile application. Be funny if that was the case. Charge bleed rupture is a fun MD team. Yeah, potentially, yeah. Let's see. How the fuck is AEDD Gregor going to synergize with Yi-Sung and or Faust? Oh, the answer to that is quite simple. So look at Lamp Gregor. Look at the passives. We scroll down. Here we go. E.G.O Proficiency Manual. That's probably it, I'll be honest. That's probably just going to be it. He's likely going to have some variation of this. If he doesn't, it'd be kind of funny, but probably going to have it, just for consistency's sake. It's the same bloody guy. Paralyzed Inflictor is shitty freestar with his skill free. Oh, for Sinclair, let's see. It would be Blade Lineage one, isn't it? The fake bones claiming. There you go. 5 fake bones claiming. You think they'll copy paste the side grade? Let's see. Side grades are honestly the better design choice these days for Limbus. Strict upgrades are kind of insulting, is the easiest way to put it. Like, not the most insulting thing to receive a strict upgrade and power creep, but side grades are nicer. At least at the stage of the game that we're on. Whoever designed this was drunk? Nah, not necessarily. They just didn't realize how broken Paralyze was in Ruiner as well. The irony, though, is if you try to claim, what's it called? If you try to claim Bamboo had Kim's bones, then you just make it worse for yourself. Because now he's got Paralyzed to screw you over. Okay. Kit should be up in just a moment. Watch people be mad about side grade again. Well, that's bound to happen, you know? Okay. If he scheduled the tweet, then it's already out. He did not indeed schedule the tweet. It is not out. God fucking damn it, Kim Ji-hoon. Well, how much longer do you guys think we're stuck here for then? Uma Musume, if CEO is late. Let's see, if I open Uma, I have to open up a VPN for a moment, and that's just going to cause the stream to crash, I think. LCV checkup notes are out. Probably 30 minutes. Give it 15. Give it an hour. God damn. Time to hit up Slay the Spire 2 or an MDE run. What am I even running for MD? Do I just take in like a random team with, what's it call it, Rian? If not, just bring in Funny Faint Aroma team. Like any combination of stuff realistically works. What are the chances it's an actually powerful charge ID? Honestly, pretty high that it could actually be. Rian Solar Okage. You've already given it a shot? Okay, yeah, motherfucker has not released the kit. Only the patch notes. We'll take a quick skim of the patch notes to see if there's anything to let you guys know about. Blah blah blah. There will be voices added. Combat stages. Final one is repeatable, etc. They are adding the Bogak version for the Mirror Dungeon. Let's see what else. Okay, amassed data that turns into classified data. Or classified data into amassed data. All the stuff from the previous run. Yeah, nothing that new. Nothing really worth talking about necessarily, basically. Young Water Gaming, YT. How you doing? Love your model. Videos followed you, never really took a chance to say hi. Hello there. Bring back endless RRs, the single chain battle is kind of crazy. But that's on the near horizon. Yeah, that one would be fun. That one would be fun. Let's see, just how much did the Australian government ban? Too much. Way too much. If anything is even slightly spicy, you know, levels of white boy spice, yeah, it's getting censored. Facades feature so broken, we give epilepsy warning before every encounter. Oh. Your name on top of your most recent followers? Your name? Ah, yeah. Fair enough, fair enough. Hang on, let me check if it still is, because I rarely remember to open up stream labels anymore, simply because I swapped over to just streaming on YouTube instead of on Twitch. So hang on, that's probably about to update. Sorry, Young. It has indeed updated. Canto 9 video that later said was Rage Fate. That one was too carefully constructed. I think too many people actually fell for it. I don't know. When you make yourself sound exceedingly serious and then particularly outraged or emotional, people tend to buy into it for some reason. But when you've had things like, you know, Angry Video Game Nerd, Angry Joe, all of those kinds of fellows sitting around in the past before, making that kind of raging content, you get the idea. Wow. Wait, why do we have two different Tushkans now? Can't wait for Distorted Hohenheim, Gregor. Nothing changed, isn't it? Okay. Actually made you worried about the Canto itself. Honestly, not every single thing was like completely unfounded necessarily. It's just that a lot of it was different degrees of annoyance. You can see the cracks coming through, is the gist of it. At least that's how I would. That's at least how I would posit it. The cracks were starting to come through. Project Moon's not a perfect company. You can tell when they're trying something new. They were definitely delegating work, so to speak. Not everything had the director on site. What the fuck, Tushkan? How many accounts did you have? Tushkan Chick, Tushkan S9B, Tushkanus. What the fuck? What is this VTuber yapping about? Someone came in asking about Canto 9 again, rather mentioning the rage bait again. Either grab glass cannon or hunt for faith. Go grab the glass cannon. Canto a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. Third best of the recent ones. I'd probably put it around. These days, looking back into it now, probably a 7.5 tops. Round it to 8 if you. Round it to 8 if you're being generous, is the way I'd put it. Round it down to 7 if you're not being particularly generous. Because when you have an entire slog all the way up to, say, when the entire thing is a slog until you reach part 3, then yeah, things are a mess. And even then, certain sections of part 3 are definitely a mess. Like, look at this node. I'm not a fan of this node by any stretch of the imagination. C9 is our formal introduction to relics. Yes, and I wish they were a little more creative with relics than deciding that, yes, we have everything from Norse mythology. And they're playing them a bit too straight, all things considered. This part about the Palametan style, though, is pretty fun, though. Simply because it does synergize to the relic. Intervallo, Roshin, Kira could make it better. You're interested to see what they do with her character post-Canto 9. They said that the Intervallo, at least initially announced, was that, oh, it'd be Kira coming back and fighting a member of the Fingers inside of the House of Spiders, but we'll see. Canto 7 balancing for future Cantos. Thanks. Honestly, I'd agree. Most of the fights here actually felt pretty, what's it called, well reasoned, done well. Like, okay, part one is more or less just an introduction, and when you end up dealing with Funny Scissors Lady, where the bloody hell do we deal with the Scissors Lady? There we go. Yes. When we do a Funny Scissors Lady, it's perfectly fine. It's the intro boss. Then we get through part 2 and the nightmare that is Dulcinea. This boss fight is just so much... way too many mechanics all thrown in one, but ultimately culminates into a very solid boss fight. And is a real test of whether you understand the need to deal with, let's say, clashable guards or not. So her main thing is right here. Clash lose. Lose 5 blooming thorns. Unless you clash into it. Dulcinea was easy, you beat her on the first try. Dulcinea is a pain in the ass if you don't run, or Dulcinea is a pain in the ass unless you run very specific compositions. Mainly because, let's see here. Where was it? I don't recall if it was her or someone else that had something to do with rupture, breaking through barriers easier, but anyhow. Rupture trivializes this fight by a long shot. Let's see, Dawn fight was pretty good. Most of the fights in the dungeon, I reckon, were particularly good. Especially when they throw you into the Rose Hunter on the back foot. That one makes that particularly painful a fight, but pretty fun a fight. You either somehow RNG your way into winning that event, or you get absolutely stomped. Until you figure out that, yes. Rupture. Please deal with it accordingly. Capo does not concern himself. Christ. And yeah, if you're going in with the Capo, then yeah, you've got more sources of easy access to status damage to get through that shield. Otherwise, if all you had was raw damage, you are shit out of luck. And the unfortunate thing was she also resisted Sloth specifically. Hang on, let me double check that. Pretty sure she specifically resisted Sloth, which made it... Yeah, she resisted Sloth, which made it a pain in the ass if you went in with regular Tremor Reverb, expecting Tremor Reverb to do the job. If you went in with Rupture, and the sheer amount of Gluttony in Rupture, it became stupid easy because the Gluttony resistance. But otherwise, yeah, Tremor Scorch would make things easier because the Wrath resistance is 1 rather than dealing with Sloth resistance of 0.5. Somehow that's the most fun version of Rose Hunter? Yeah, pretty much. What is it, Tushkan? Hang on a second here. Why is she weak to Lust? Who knows, buddy? Who knows? And do we finally have this kit revealed yet? We do not finally have this kit revealed yet. Alright, hang on a second here. The stream may go down for a moment. Apologies if the stream went down for a moment just then. Fish weak to water. Sorry, but Canto 4 was too long. Canto 4 was very long. But wow, this is someone putting Canto 6 quite low. Huh. Got a secret boss, not a new one? Nice. Bruh. DMM Games Launcher asking me to log in. Bruh, I have stayed logged in this whole time. Please. I just want to launch Uma. I'm going to laugh if we just don't get a kit reveal at all. That would actually just be like, we're sitting here for like 2 hours and nothing happens. Okay, let's see. Uma had to update. Well, give it a moment. Hopefully I'm not about to get UI bug hell. Hopefully.
이번에 여긴 왜 자꾸 알짱거려요? 지금이 제일 민감.
Okay, stream may go down for a second again. Hang on a moment. Stream went down. Stream should now be back. See, talking cantos. 4 equal to 5, 9, 3, 6, then 7, 1, 2, and 8. Okay, hang on a second here.
후.
This-
코코? 저걸 실화로 쳐서 뽑네.
Why the fuck are you... Why is Ishmael allowed to speak through that? I'm just going to close Limbus in the background. Okay, let's see. Why does my Uma have no volume? Did I mute it in the mixer? I did mute it in the mixer.
どうだよ。ギラギラしてんだろ。ビビんだろ。
If you don't
渾身
mind,
の勝負服だからな。
if you recognize that voice, you are already too down in the rabbit hole, and should probably seek a bit of help.
ゴールドのブリンブリン欲しいよな。足は強くなった。そんだけ鍛えてきたんだ。まあ。
Oh, okay. Game capture doesn't capture Uma. Interesting. Hang on then. There we go.
リッキー、また風水とか言って模様替えしやがって。雪とか積もったらマジ最悪だよな。クソ滑るし、固まってっと
Let's
痛え
see. Reset transform.
し。転ばねえよ。
There we
足はな
go.
アキュートのやつ、足をいい子扱いしやがって。荷物持ちしたの
Oh,
は
is it just not
ボロク見て
capturing properly
らんねえからだ
either?
し。
Up, nope. There we go. Need to change the mode to Windows 10 capture. Rabbit hole, wokage, kura, and more rabbits.
ああ、別にちょっと激辛ラーメン食っただけで。なんだよ、うめえやつが。
Never played Uma Musume in your life. Don't worry. You're fine not playing it at this point. If you play, just play the JP version instead.
確認を忘れずにな。
JP version is more fun.
やっぱゴールドのブリンブリン。
Good model today, Nodders, I see. Ignore everyone else moving on. I see. Let's see. Also, if someone sees that the kit reveal has indeed happened, let me know and I'll just open it up. If not, yes, we are an Uma. Please, Kim Ji-hoon, don't make me go for an entire Uma run on stream. Please.
This man. This man.
アキュートのやつ。
Okay, this guy is okay. I need to defend something here.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
The only reason you left EN specifically is because you couldn't roll Meyer Vega.
Yes, I couldn't get at Maya Vega, so I left EN.
Yes.
トレーニングっすね。
I have this as my bio description.
Uh-huh.
Also, yes, this is the girlfriend.
Yes, indeed. But yes, we have an Admire Vega over here. But why would I go back to EN?
How often do you even run her?
Often enough. Often enough.
Yes, don't mind. So, to put in perspective, both of us are able to speak in each other's calls and stream.
Yep.
It's called having a mixer.
Yes. Funny mixer. Okay, who am I running? Voices are getting louder. You can now hear someone's voice. Go distort, fella. Go distort.
What the?
Don't worry about it.
Also, I'm pretty sure that's just a Catholic church in San Diego
I see.
in the background.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's either that or it's like a Daiso in California and there's no in between.
Funky.
California likes that building design. Once you get to the West Coast, the building designs get kind of funky.
This is the, I guess, fuck it, we're running Almond Eye. Yes, after all these years, Super Creek is still usable. It is very dumb that this is in fact a thing. My Limbus looks weird. My Limbus looks very weird. And this stream is also very likely just gonna get copy struck. Well, not copy struck, but at least like, what's it called, demonetized just from the UMA.
Yeah, probably.
Where is my Admire Vega on EN? Fuck you, say hi. Fuck you. Did you manage to roll her? Well, here's the part where I tell her she's currently in one of the worst states she'll ever be in.
The only reason he knows this, by the way, is because of me. It's not even because he owns Admire Vega on EN. It's specifically because I own Admire Vega on EN.
Uh-huh. The things this scenario makes you do. Skipping over good trainings. Just for more, what's it call it? Also, yes, the music in this scenario is pretty weird.
It's just trying to be very American.
Yes, yes indeed. See, a lot of Wei-sung cosplayers here. Let's see, the funky thing is, the only Yi-sung cosplayer I saw over the weekend was a great Trichillicosm one. Of all the bloody things, they decided, yeah, let's cosplay the weird Korean Josong looking E.G.O. That's the one they decided to go with.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, UMA follows the training system kind of gameplay.
Yeah, idol raising, idol raising.
Yes, it's idol raising. Except they replaced the idols, well, the idol factor of training, with running horses in a race.
Pretty much, yep. But yeah, over the weekend, the most common cosplay I saw over the weekend, at least in terms of Project Moon, Limbus, and whatnot, it was just Lei Hang. I saw 5 bloody Lei Hangs throughout the weekend. It was weird, I'll be honest. It was really weird that there was that many people cosplaying Lei Hang. Then there was a couple of people doing random LCB members. Pretty sure there was a Roshu. Oh, there was a Gregor, though. They had a cardboard cutout for their bug arm. Did any of them do the Savage Tiger Slam? Nope.
We did have a couple people come up to us ask if we actually had any Project Moon.
Yeah, there was only one booth on the weekend that was doing Project Moon, but we had one print at the back, which was Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter, which unfortunately looked a little too close to Don Quixote. Just a little bit too close. So, yeah. Unfortunate mistake, so to say. It's pretty cool, but we need more Kongchus. And at that point, anyone who walks up to you will then ask, oh, are you doing Kongchu or are you doing Lord Hongers?
It was a bit unfortunate. I should probably let the artist know.
That Limbus exists, I suppose.
I mean, I was the one who made them aware that about Uma specifically existing. I am 100% to blame there.
I refresh the Limbus Twitter one more time, and there still hasn't been a kit reveal. Please. I am not here to play Uma for an entire stream. What did you want to do, Almond Eye? Fine, you can train more. The things we have to do just to get an appropriate amount. Oh, we didn't get to E rank. I guess we can let it slide then. Yeah.
I mean, E.G.O has actually cosplayed once.
Now give us Almond Eye if you read. The question is, read what? Is the question. There is a lot to read, including their bloody race record.
Yes. Horse history.
You guys get to watch the race. Why do you get to watch the race? Because I want to get a drink.
Do I have to? Oh gosh. Alright, for those who don't know, hang on, he's not going to be moving at all, so it's just going to be his mouth moving. Give me a second here. Alright, we're going to move over here for a second. But yes. As you can see, all the stats result in racing horses. Uma. I would like to say anything regarding Uma, but unfortunately, especially the music, would definitely get this. Let's see. Are you piloting E.G.O's model? Yes. You can tell when I'm probably moving the model because we move just that differently. Like we're just that different. Anyone who either saw both of us at the booth or just in general will know we are very different people. Okay. I need to hold off for a bit longer. There will be a farm watch ID. I just need to cope harder. You probably have to. I swear, as someone outside of the Project Moon community, one thing I've realized is that your CEO may be a bit Manhera, and he probably needs help. I don't know how often he spoils you though. Does the CEO spoil? Like, does the CEO even try to spoil Project Moon fans that much, or are you guys just praying? E.G.O continues to gaslight the audience via voice changer. If that was the case, he would then have to switch into an accent that is not Aussie. Like, if I was actually trying to pretend to be E.G.O as an Aussie, I would have to also have a slightly more Australian accent. Why watch Uma when you can watch the Japan World Cup? I mean, sure. That is actually fair. I mean, I've seen a lot of Uma fans actually go to, like, actual races. I've never actually played this scenario, so I'm just gonna hope that whatever button I click is okay. It's just a single button! This is fine. Okay, you can have normal E.G.O back. Yes, I see that.
Okay, so an unfortunate thing I noticed was that my water boiler is currently leaking. My landlord will be here in half an hour. Which means this stream will probably end in exactly half an hour.
How's the weather?
Hard to say currently.
But yeah, we'll just try to stay as long as possible.
If the kits have come out at 9 o'clock instead. No, they have not. Kim Ji-hoon, please. Did you guys have like daylight savings swap off or something?
That's a good question. We should probably check.
Is it now Korean daylight savings?
Does Korea have daylight savings? They do not do daylight savings.
Ah, fuck. Good job, Almond Eye. You managed to fuck up. Congratulations. You managed to fuck up speed training.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
People in your chat are hoping for farm watch.
Let's see. Is he getting kit reveal farm watch? When we get farm watch? Oh, so never then. Bro, this is like the worst possible scenario now. Ugh. Okay, you didn't fuck up a second time in a row. We're good then. Daijobu, she says. It is not Daijobu. It is the furthest from Daijobu. Gonna keep refreshing the check, please. If it ends up coming out the moment I end stream, I swear to God. It's just gonna be very bloody unfortunate.
I mean, good news. At least our landlord is close enough to us.
Yeah. At least they're close enough to come over and check. And hopefully bring a plumber.
Something tells me he has some sort of power like that. Our landlord is amazingly scary.
Mm-hmm. And we do have the regular patch notes, I guess. Kinda. I mean, it's just the reveal patch notes at least. Maybe intern couldn't fell asleep. Then again, we've only got Bogak details, yeah. Suppose, yeah. I'm like, maybe intern couldn't fell asleep, but then again, it's not intern kun which handles the social media. It's Kim Ji-hoon which handles social media. So this is just buddy. Where kit reveal where? Please. No, it's separate post for regular patch notes, yeah. And then after it, it's the kits. Maybe they're just working real hard last minute, you know? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe intern would be better. I would argue maybe not in this case, considering when he made the interns do the slides for the 3rd anniversary, a bunch of stuff that wasn't supposed to be revealed was indeed revealed.
Why is he relying on interns sometimes? Like, especially if it comes to like social media management, it shouldn't be an intern.
Who knows? He's just been delegating stuff around more often. Let's see. I think I have to do the stamina training. It sucks. Well.
Wait, I just realized I can't shower now.
Probably not, nah. Well, I wouldn't recommend it at least. Means you're getting a surprise? Perhaps. Also, I'm just gonna skip this race this time.
But they haven't even gone to see our race in our outfits.
They'll get to later.
Fine.
Means you're getting a surprise? Doubt it. This is just a random rerun during a mildly dead week. So I reckon there won't be much in the way of it. Not particularly great. Yeah, we'll get a head start. Please, skip along all the benefits. Please, thank you. Okay, was it enough points to double dip? It was enough points to double dip. I don't even know if that's the optimal route of doing things recently. But
Also, why are you a bunny girl today?
Bunny girl today is fine.
Do I need to finish up the cat girl so you can become cat girl?
Maybe. Can Rian-san kill himself with one bleed and one burn? Unfortunately not. Otherwise it would have been a much more thematic kit. Let's see, energy, speed. We'll take the speed.
By the way, should you do something about that one wall scroll?
Yeah, I'll probably turn it around.
Please do.
Hang on a second.
Usually I'm fine with whatever is on our walls, but I have to make an exception for this one.
Hi, when one poster is just a little bit too etchy.
Our landlord is actually pretty decent, but when it comes, he seems very unfazed.
Yes, very unfazed by what's put up on our walls, which
However,
is that.
be pushing it.
Just a little, yeah, just a little.
You want some grapes?
Maybe later.
Okay.
Every time you mention grapes these days, it's just the bloody duck brings into head.
For context, during my primary school years in the US, for some reason, a bunch of dudes in my class would always show this particular YouTube video of the duck song.
There's so much on the screen in the game, you feel overwhelmed and you're not even playing the game. That is the JP experience these days, yeah. This is what 5 years does to a gacha game.
But yes, I showed him the ducks song one time. And since then, and every time I mention grapes, he's haunted by the got any grapes.
Yes. No, I do not got any grapes, mate. Bro, I thought you got a VTuber model? Yeah, wait, what do you mean? You thought?
It is just a VTuber model!
Yes, it is just a VTuber model, mate.
Just, hang on, just shake your head.
Huh? I mean, this thing's still moving around, mate. This thing is still indeed moving around.
There are far worse video to show. Eh?
Yes, there are far worse videos to show. Huh? Wait, what do you mean, holy shit?
Wait, have you been assuming it's been like a PNG this entire?
Am I a PNG? Have I been a PNG this whole time? I don't think so.
I mean, you are just many layers of PNGs, so I guess it's not wrong.
There's a difference between textures and PNGs.
Well, no, you're still PNG. Like textures, we don't actually have the texture on it.
Oh no, someone really is haunted by that duck video. A certain yellow-feathered avian proceeds towards a makeshift stand selling a refreshing lemon-based drink. And he says, "Got any grapes?" Bro, please.
Wait.
Oh, fucking finally. I have like 10 minutes before my landlord shows up. I am sorry to say this is going to become extremely cursed because you are just going to get Uma music in the background this time. And it's like of this scenario too, so yeah. There we go. Does he fit on one page? Or are they posting the second page now? They're probably posting the second page now. Yep, they posted. Almond Eye, just quiet down for a moment. I don't need to know how much you want to train. Please, give me a moment here, Almond Eye. Please. I know you can see your perfect ideal training, but don't need to know right now, Almond Eye. Don't need to know. I'm sorry, Almond Eye. You're going from being a manual run, being an automatic run behind the chat box. I am so sorry. If you've seen me play Grand Blue before on stream, this is exactly what happens, basically, when it's time for Guild War. Oof. Fair enough. What do you mean, what am I doing behind the chat? There's nothing going on behind chat. I don't know what you're on about. There is nothing going on behind chat. Okay, let's see here. Since it's a newer ID, we'll start with the passives. Undying Persistence. Gain 1 charge every time this unit is hit. Consumes 10 cumulative charge count in this encounter. 1 charge every time this unit consumes 10 cumulative charge count in this encounter. Any charge barrier this unit gain is converted to high voltage exoskeleton. At X charge on self, min-max speed, yep. In this encounter, when the unit takes damage that brings it to 0, gain self-charge equal to charge on self. Self-charge being extra final power. Gain charge count equal to stat loss. And the unit cannot drop below 0 before this expires. Oh, nothing here that says that he dies. So, I guess he can just heal himself up. That's actually pretty useful. Hang on, let me reposition this just a little bit more. And I will turn down the Uma a little in the background. Do not mind the kit reveal with slight Uma noises. Or with the occasional Uma noise. Alternating discharge support. If there are ex-allies wearing E.G.O gear, including this unit, there we go. There's your funny E.G.O gear synergy. All relevant allies gain offense level this time. Okay. If this unit has less than X charge count when consuming charge count due to AEDD Gregor's passive E.G.O effect. E.G.O passive effect. Oh. Oh, okay. On heads hit, instead of consuming 2 charge, this unit consumes shield to activate the effect. Remember, this is consume 2 charge on self to give someone else charge. This then turns that into, if he has 0, he consumes shield instead to power someone else up. Effect only triggers when he is at a certain level of HP. Okay. Take the lead, he will provide support. Why the fuck he level E.G.O costs 6 resources? There are some E.G.Os that cost 8 resources. Just look at Harmony. Anyhow. Combat starts, gain charge counts. Okay, so this would be his fueled passive. He just gets charge count for free. Combat end. At more than X charge count, consume excess charge count to up to Y and apply half charge count, blah, 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 charge count on an ally. So he's a free battery. The effect prioritizes the ally with the lowest charge count among allies as with earlier deployed order than this unit. Okay. Wait, earlier deployed order than this unit. Very specific on the wording. If there are no allies with earlier order than this unit on the battlefield, or if this unit has X plus charge, deactivate this effect. Okay, so you can be greedy with the charge, or you can let the guy charge more, basically. So you can turn him into a battery, or you can decide that it's not worth using the guy as a battery, and instead power up himself. At X plus Gloom or Envy Resin, apply Y charge count next turn on allies with earlier deployment order than this unit. Applies on higher Resin, blah 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 blah, allies in deployment order. At X plus charge, apply charge counts on allies instead. Okay, wait, hang on a second. Oh, is it just an amount of charge? Probably. Okay, if there are no allies with earlier deployment than this unit on the battlefield, gain charge count instead. Okay, so this guy has deployment fuckery. Similar to Lamp, he wants to be deployed later in the lineup. Not necessarily. We don't know that 100% yet. We haven't taken a look at the actual skills, but we'll see how much charge he needs to consume. If there are no allies with earlier deployment, blah blah blah, and the support passive, allies with earliest deployment, each heal HP equal to sum of charge count, consumed, etc. Defibrillation. Yeah, that's a Gregor passive if I've ever seen a Gregor passive. He's got photoelectricity, pretty good. High voltage exoskeleton, which is shield. It is unique charge barrier, basically. Yeah, it is unique charge barrier. Charge Sting, take X% damage from skills that gain or consume charge count. For Envy skills, strengthen this effect, take Y% damage for every stack. Lose stack at attack end or turn end after being hit by skills that fulfill... Okay. Inflict charge string. Thing. Okay. This thing is a debuff. And then we've just got self-charge as mentioned earlier. The Gregor refuses to die. Optional charge battery may or may not having better shield spread than Warp Honglu. Warp Honglu's shield spread is kind of shit. It sounds good on paper, but it's kind of shit. Crack Cliff debuff? Yes, indeed. Multi-cracks debuff. Alright, what are we looking at? Okay. Does he care about charge potency, or does he care about charge count? It looks like he cares about charge potency. Because the first one is a 2-coiner that deals more damage for charge on self. Not charge count, charge. Same with having X plus charge gaining coin power. Flash power is for charge count specifically, and you gain charge count up to a certain amount. On hits, charge counts, then rupture. Kinda sad that we don't see Spark Discharge, but it's expected to use him with his ego by the seam of it. At least by the way that the second passive is worded. Though, at the same time, it's like 1 extra charge being handed out, I guess. Then again, being able to consume charge count is better for this guy, since we want to keep consuming 10 charge for more potency. Anyhow, DC inversion. Don't do that, IRL. Electricity is what it is. It'd be so funny if they released this Gregor for the item. We can't deploy Gregor for the next story content. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Anyhow. Deal more damage for every charge on self. So charge potency once again. Charge potency for coin. Coin power, charge for an unbreakable coin. Okay, sure. Charge count for more base power. Then charge count, inflict rupture count. Okay. He doesn't have rupture count on his S1, he only has it on his S2. He does have some on the S3. Okay. Aside from that, we get photoelectricity on the S2. That's pretty good. Can even inflict higher amounts of photoelectricity. Reminder that photoelectricity is the kind that gains you more charge equal to its stack. So being able to apply more of it at a time is very good. Wait, where are we up to if Almond Eyes run anyway? Oh. We're up to like the finale. I will pause it there. Anyhow, high voltage current discharge. Gain his unique barrier equal to charge at X charge. Activate as maximum output instead, so activate as the enhanced version. Otherwise, gain coin power. Convert the final coin into an unbreakable. And at a certain amount of charge counts consumed to gain more coin power. The coin power up the arse. Gain charge count again. Inflict rupture count. Inflict photoelectricity. Inflict more photoelectricity. And inflict charge sting, which means unfortunately we're only getting charge sting on the S3. Might actually be worse to use with this ID if he's charge count hungry due to the passive. Consumes 2 charge to spread A count to the lowest count ID. Here's the thing about it, we want him to consume charge. If it still counts as consuming charge, that means he gets to have charge potency. Unfortunately, that is now the Landlord interruption. We'll be back. Okay. I'm alive again. If anyone is, well, still here, I guess. Long and short of it, I don't have hot water for like the next couple of days. The boiler's dead. Apparently the plumber said it should have only lasted 8 to 10 years. It's been 12, almost 13 years of service for this bloody boiler. So yeah, is what it is, I guess. Is what it is. It lasted longer than its expected life. Let's not replace it. The problem is they are going to replace it. It's just going to need a fair bit of organization to get replaced. Do not mind the almond eye. Anyway. Last few things we got to cover. The skill 3-2 and the defense skill. So let's see. Deal more damage for excess attack weight. They've been doing that for every ID this time around. Please say this Gregor's going to be good in Envy Res. Give you hope. I mean, here's the thing. The only minimum requirement you need to be good in Envy Res is for the defense skill to exist as Envy. And pretty much anything can work in Envy Res. Anyhow, let's see. X charge, gain coin power, add charge count, consume charge. You know, I kind of hate the line that says here on use or the charge for coin power. Because you only use this if you already have a certain amount of charge. What's the point? Unless you have to go even further beyond to scale it up. But I don't think they'd do that, realistically speaking. See, if there are any... At X charge count, consume blah blah blah. If there's anything left, consume blah 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 more to deal more damage. Is pretty much what that is. Anyway, rupture count, rupture, photoelectricity, and charge sting. So it's the same thing, just scaled up, basically. Yeah, it's the same thing scaled up with some damage conditionals instead. Aside from that, high voltage exoskeleton, point power equal to charge on self, charge count. Okay. So the weird thing is you can spam the defense skill on this guy as long as there's someone to receive the charge. Simply because you'd be using him as purely a charge battery, specifically for his fueled passive here, where he will consume a bunch of charge count to give charge count to an ally. So the defense would just loop back in and pass count around. If you're fine with that, instead of needing to spam out Electric Screaming, then you can pretty much replace Musume on the... You can replace Musume to an extent on the Envy team, and that's probably going to happen when Otis comes out anyway. So if anything, you swap Gregor in, you take out Musume, and you plug in Otis. Unless the amount of count that is being provided is nowhere near close enough to rival Electric Screaming, in which case you would keep a Musume in anyway, just for Electric Screaming. That is pretty much the gist of it. Now let's take a look at the one everyone else has been oogling, just because of the tights. You forgot we're supposed to have a Nurse Father ID? Considering we've already got the strongest Nurse Father, we're gonna get the rest of them. Or the quote-unquote strongest. We are gonna get the rest of them. Ardor Blossom Star. Yeah, Pushkan, you were right. It is a 2-coiner. I had the assumption that it was going to give some kind of unique burn, and indeed, we have Embers. Okay. Before attack, gain final power for burn on all targets plus burn on self, so this is specifically for Ardor Blossom Faust. Gain burn and burn count. Add X plus burn, gain wrath damage up next turn, inflict burn, inflict burn, inflict burn, and afterwards inflict burn and embers. Nice. Why is it a he? Realistically speaking, are you going to use the other he's on Ardor Blossom Star Faust? You're probably not using Fluid Sac in a burn team. You're probably not using Command Meltdown in a burn team. You're probably not using Forcalgia or Foracalgia on a burn team. You're probably not using Telepole on a burn team. Therefore, you are probably using this on a burn team. The E.G.O passive second part has to be a one-time thing. Give it a moment. Let's see, Ardor Blossom Star targets randomly, blah blah blah. Gain final power for burn. Gain burn count. At X plus burn, Wrath damage if missing HP, heal SP. Burn count, burn count, burn count, and burn equal to Wrath. After current, inflicts Embers. We'll go over Embers first. If this unit has burn, lose Embers counts when hit by a skill that inflicts burn potency. If this unit does not have burn, reset Embers counts when hit by a skill that inflicts burn potency. At X Embers count, activate the following effects. Activate burn on self and lose burn counts. Lose Embers potency. At Y plus remaining Embers potency, reset Embers count. Okay. So essentially what this reads as is get more payouts for burn team that is not labeled Dark Flame. That's pretty much what that is. Which is fair. It's not a major payout. It is a smaller payout. The smaller payout, just like how the new Musume has another small payout. We're stacking more payouts, basically. Aside from that, this effect triggers immediately after using the E.G.O skill. Every X burn on self, increase burn potency inflicted on enemies with the unit's base skill, attack skill effects and coin effects. Okay, that is actually really strong. This Faust already applies a shit ton of burn. Like, no kidding. Ardor Blossom Star Faust inflicts a stupid amount of burn already. It's just at the cost of her being turbo burned as well. Being able to inflict more burn, good. When this unit uses ABS max attunement, it does not die. Instead, heal X% HP and gain blunt damage and wrath damage up next turn. Okay. That's actually really good. Kind of. The wrath damage up does not really benefit her necessarily. Because the S3 is the wrath attack. How are we using the bloody wrath damage? What, are we expected to use this skill again? Is that what's expected? That we loop this into S3 back into this. They made her immortal. She can't die until her S3 gets used and it doesn't kill her. Then if she loses the clash, she just stays alive. I guess, yeah. Wait, no, that's... Wait, where are you getting that? Hang on. No, she can still die. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. She can still die by normal means. It's just during the attack skill. Does not die at skill end. That's all it says there, mate. Might. Actually, she isn't good in MD. She only has one effect. No, she's fine in MD. You just play her differently in MD. That's all. You actually use her as a clasher and burn inflictor. Instead of using her for the big nuke. If you use her for the big nuke, just replace all the skills. The graded corrosion skill. It says on use doesn't die until the end of the skill. Let's see. Well, yeah. That's how it's always been. It's still on use, doesn't die until the end of the skill. Yes, she can still die normally. Let's see. Until we see numbers, we can't be sure she's good at clashing. The thing is, the normal Ardor Blossom Star Faust LCE version is already good at clashing, is the thing. Is what I mean. Not necessarily the E.G.O itself. but the skill itself is already, or the ID itself is already a pretty good clasher. See if I can't pull it up for a second here. But yes, by normal means, she's not going to die by burn, but she is not immortal. Because yes, when using the skill, she won't die. However, she can still die by normal means beforehand, and the problem is, she has 2 stagger thresholds, meaning if she gets hit at any point during those, she's just going to die. On use, unequal combat start. Exactly. She can even just bleed out, which is funny. Actually, no. Not bleed out. He can just get randomly unopposed and die. Or hit by an unbreakable coin. But yes, there are some very unfortunate ways that this ID just dies. The only thing is, she can clash shockingly well before she dies. She gets +5 offense level from the burn, which is a +6, a +8, and a +10. Up to a +10. Do I love the city I live in? No, no, no. But no, I do enjoy Sydney. Anyway. This is... It's not as big a game changer as Magic Bullet is for Magic Bullet Otis, is what I can say. Unless the numbers say otherwise, this is not as big a game changer as you may initially think. Especially the gain blunt damage and raft damage up until next turn, or next turn is stupid. Mainly because that's just asking you to use the S3 into this E.G.O again, and this E.G.O doesn't necessarily have too many ways of boosting its damage up, so unless it just has high damage inbuilt into it, then yeah, we're not going to see the most out of it, honestly. But nah, this thing is a band-aid, but it is a band-aid. Well, it's the equivalent of all those memes of someone having part of their head caved in and asking for an ibuprofen. That's the equivalent of what we're looking at here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Crimson. Like, the raft damage up doesn't make any sense. The blunt damage up does, though. Anyhow. That is enough yapping about that. Almond Eye has been constantly yapping in the back, so I am going to free her now. Be nice to the Almond Eye. Be nice to the Almond Eye. We're finishing her training. Then letting her finish the race as well. And then we're ending the stream. But yes, look at the horrors of JP stats. 2,164 speed. And every speed after 1,200 is worth 2 points. Steering Birdcage already too broken. Steering Birdcage is not that broken. It looks broken if you don't know how resistances scale. But yes, welcome to the horrors of JP Uma. Compared with Furioso can be, yes. Magic Bullet, Harmony, now False Star. Pretty much. Well, this Ardor Star Blossom though isn't that necessary. But yes, proportionately, this has probably been more of an Uma stream than it has been a Limbus stream. I am sorry about that. It has also been a Landlord interruption stream in this particular case. But yes, we will end the stream when she clears this race. Okay, bye. Yep, see you around, Tushkan. God, some of this music is dodgy. And we're now in the final. He's already cut to the front. It's already over, basically. This is just on raw stats at this point. Alright. We can end off. We completed an Uma run at the same time. Thank you for tuning in. Most of the kit was a nothing burger because it was a charge ID. You can watch me hit the floor for a bit if you want.